Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into yet another explosive revelation shaking South Africa's political and law enforcement circles. The name Vusimuzi cat, Matlala, is once again trending, and this time it's not about money, power, or political funding. It's about deception, manipulation, and what he calls a high-level setup involving Minister Senzo Mchunu and General Shadrack Sibiya. According to fresh disclosures made by Cat Matlala, he was allegedly pressured and manipulated by Mchunu and Sibiya to post misleading information and false evidence online.
For them to be traumatized like this, I know they want to push me out. I will never resign.
Targeting the police raiders who had previously stormed his residence. Matlala now claims that much of what was said after that raid, the claims of stolen property, missing valuables, and even the story about his so-called missing Rolex watch, were entirely fabricated. He insists that the entire situation was part of a calculated plan designed to divert attention, create public sympathy, and frame the police as corrupt or politically motivated. Now, if you've been following the saga closely, you'll remember that the raid on Cat Matlala's home made national headlines. It was portrayed as an aggressive and unlawful intrusion by police officers, allegedly under orders from high-ranking officials who wanted to silence him. Reports spread quickly, especially after Matlala claimed that his expensive Rolex and other personal items had been stolen during the operation. At the time, the story painted him as a victim, a whistleblower under attack by the system. But according to his latest statement, that was all part of a carefully orchestrated performance. Matlala now alleges that after the raid, he was approached by individuals close to Minister Senzo Mchunu, who supposedly convinced him to go public with a dramatic version of events. The plan, he says, was to shift public anger away from the minister's office and to make it seem as if the police were working under corrupt or vengeful motives. To add even more drama, Matlala says he was advised to claim that his luxury watch had been stolen, a detail that captured headlines and sparked outrage among his supporters. But now, he says that the Rolex never went missing at all. It was in his possession the whole time. The story, according to him, was created to build public sympathy and fuel distrust against the police. If this is true, it raises serious questions about the level of corruption and manipulation happening behind the scenes. How deep does this go? Was Cat Matlala acting under pressure, or was he willingly part of a larger political game? Why would a sitting minister and a high-ranking police general allegedly resort to such tactics? And most importantly, what were they trying to hide? Let's rewind a bit. Vusimuzi cat Matlala has been a controversial figure in recent months, tied to multiple scandals involving top government officials. His name has surfaced in stories about political funding, secret recordings, and leaked affidavits that have exposed internal divisions within South Africa's ruling circles. So, when he speaks, people listen, because his statements often come with serious implications. This latest confession, however, changes the narrative drastically. In his own words, Matlala says that he was coerced and manipulated into acting out a script written by those who feared exposure. He described how messages, phone calls, and private meetings took place where he was guided on what to say, what to post online, and even how to react publicly after the raid. Everything, he says, was about creating a false story that would protect certain people from scrutiny. According to Matlala, the raid itself might have been legal and justified, but after it happened, panic set in among some officials. They realized that if the police raid led to the discovery of sensitive documents or devices,
I want to address the critical issues facing our community and outline our path.
A plan was made to flip the story, turning the accused into the accuser and investigators into villains. If true, this paints a dark picture of how political influence and media manipulation can be used to shape public opinion. It suggests that high-ranking figures were not only aware of the raid, but also ready to weaponize public sympathy to their advantage. What's even more shocking is the claim that the Rolex story, a small but powerful detail, was deliberately included to make the public believe he was targeted unfairly. Since this revelation came out, many South Africans have been left wondering, who can we really trust? When ministers, police generals, and influential businessmen start playing mind games with the truth, it erodes confidence in every institution, from the police service to the justice system. Political analysts are already warning that this latest twist could have far-reaching consequences. If Matlala's claims are verified, both Senzo Mchunu and Shadrack Sibiya could face serious questions about abuse of power, obstruction of justice, and manipulation of public perception. It could even open the door for internal investigations into whether other similar cover-ups have taken place in the past. Meanwhile, public opinion is divided. Some believe Matlala's confession is an act of conscience, that he's finally trying to clear his name and expose the truth. Others believe this might be another layer of deception, a new narrative created to protect himself now that legal pressure is closing in. Either way, it's undeniable that his statements are stirring up massive controversy. Let's not forget that both Senzo Mchunu and Shadrack Sibiya have long been figures surrounded by political tension and controversy. Mchunu, the Minister of Water and Sanitation, has faced several accusations related to political interference, while Sibiya has been linked to previous intelligence-related disputes and internal police battles. Having their names connected to a story of staged evidence and false accusations doesn't help their credibility, especially at a time when South Africans are demanding more transparency from those in power. As the story develops, South Africans are watching closely to see whether law enforcement agencies will take Matlala's confession seriously. Will there be an official probe? Or will this be another story that disappears after a few headlines? The stakes are high, and the public wants accountability, not another cover-up. If what Matlala says is true, that his Rolex was never stolen, that his social media posts were guided by senior officials, and that the raid was misrepresented, then it suggests a deliberate attempt to deceive the nation. It's a sobering reminder of how truth can be twisted when power and fear collide. So, what do you think, South Africa? Do you believe Cat Matlala's confession is genuine, or do you think he's playing yet another game in this long and messy political drama? Is this the beginning of the truth, or just another layer of manipulation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more detailed political breakdowns and updates on this developing story. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay critical, and never stop asking questions. See you next time.